So, good afternoon to one and all. As per our syllabus, we have finished the second unit, which was actually very vast syllabus. But the main syllabus in the electrical measurement and instrument syllabus, instrumentation subject was the second unit, or the second and third unit. Not like that, all units are important only, but the thing, very lengthy syllabus it was, all the instruments were present in the second unit only. PMMC, PMMI, dynamometer, frequency meter, power factor meter, voltmeter, watt meter. So all the meters we have discussed in the second unit only. So in the last class, we have finished the second unit. So all of you, have you completed the assignment number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first I will give the assignment number 2, then we'll go for the assignment number 3. Sorry, chapter 3. So assignment number 2, first 10 MCQ, any 10 MCQs you write down, note it down anywhere. Assignment number 2 is assignment number 2, 10 MCQs, 10 MCQs, and the lengthy questions are longer questions. I will see it. This is the assignment questions of. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So this is the second chapter. See here, so many questions are there here. I think name more than 20 questions. 26, 20, 30, 39, 47 questions are there for the second unit. Yes, 47 questions are there. In these 47 questions, how many questions you want to write? You only tell. Out of 47, how many questions you want to write? Because ISC 1, maybe in the next week it may come for you people, which is the syllabus for ISC 1 is unit 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, all 3 units. How many questions? ISC is first year में शायद आप लोग MCQ based ISC लिखा है, yes, the second
Yes,
semester. So here in the department there is no MCQ type assigned ISC 1. The lengthy questions will come in a paper. You have to write down, you have to scan, and you have to upload. We'll give the link for the Google form. Understood? Because anytime they may announce that for the offline examination, for that reason you have to prepare for the offline examination like that. So because your second year syllabus, once the DSY students came in, it will take some lengthy process. For that reason I am telling that one. MCQ questions are there, but for each question means each chapter 2 questions only MCQ. Other than 4 marks questions and 5 marks, 6 marks questions will come for your ISC also. Remember, okay? So question number 1, you have to write. This is related to the PMMC. PMMC you have to write down. And here 2 questions are there. Yes, both are same only. Explain the construction and operation of single phase electrodynamometer. Here explain power in single phase circuit by using 2 voltmeter method. No need to use this one. Wattmeter method we are going to use. 1 and 2. Question number 1. Question number 2. Explain shunts and multiplier means you explain with PMMC only. This will comes under PMMC only. Some problems also they have given. Even we have solved the problem also. On 2 wattmeter method, I think PMMC torque equation, you have solved the problem or not? They have solved PMMC, PMMI and all the things. See, out of 46 questions, the syllabus you have to write 10 questions. Will you write 10?
Yes,
10 MCQ?
Sir.
Yes. Yes. Someone has told such. 10 questions will you write?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In that 10 questions, again I will make one compulsory. 7 questions should be construction, working and theory part, and 3 problems you have to solve. dynameter, and dynameter problem is there. Even PMMC and PMMI. You will do one thing, one problem on PMMC, one problem on PMMI, moving iron instrument. That's it. Two problems, you solve it. Okay. 8 theory questions, 2 problem. 8 plus 2. Will you do that one? 8 plus 2.
8
Hello.
question, 2 problem.
8 questions, 2 problems. And don't consider while writing that one, don't consider simple questions like this. Write a short note on cent typometer and all the things. So the question, once the PMMC came, means related to PMMC, we explain all the things. The answer, your answer should not be related to the only for this. This is the assignment you are writing. For your reference only it will be there. Need sketch, explain PMMC type instruments, means everything you have to write. That will help for you people only. Okay. Once the electrodynamometer, means that related to that. Single phase and 3 phase is different. This one. And PMMC problem and EMMC and okay, sorry, moving iron instrument problem you take down. Okay. इसके कोई कुछ बोलना है तो बोल सकते. See here again question is repeating. Try and explain working of PMMC. Anyone want to ask anything? You can ask. Will you ask anything? Can I proceed for the third unit?
Yes, sir.
See, listen, this subject has practical, even ICA internal marks are there. Okay, so turbo marks are there. So as per my instruction, you have to complete the schedule. You know how I will verify each individual rule number wise. I will verify that one. So for that reason only, before I think today is 9, 11 or 12th, you should be ready. 13th you have to upload. I will give the link. Both the assignments you refer well. If you still you have not written the first assignment, means that one also you complete it. Okay, just a minute. I will make a full screen. This problem is solved or not, I have to check that one. Which slide is visible now?
Potentiometer and bridges.
First title only it is visible.
Yes, sir.
So it is not moving. I don't know what is the problem. We have corrected it. Then also it is meeting info, reactions, this one and retry video. Control. Leave it. If it is not visible, then we should not worry about it. So we'll move to the third unit, that is called the potentiometer and bridges here. So according to this, the third unit is already some parts already we have discussed in the practical. Okay, so the main objective of this unit, first we have to discuss the objectives, and after completing the syllabus we have to, what are the outcomes we have to discuss. So that one I will tell in the starting only. The objectives of this chapter is to make you peoples to understand various methods for measurement of resistance, inductance, capacitance. See, in the first unit you have studied about calibration. Yes, all of you have studied the calibration. Calibration means the known value, you have to standard value, we are going to call that one. We have to compare that one. For the calibration purposes, the potentiometers and bridges will give the accurate value. So whatever the voltmeter, ammeters, resistance meters are there, we can, for the calibration purpose, we will use these bridge circuits and potentiometers here. The value detecting the volt by a voltmeter is correct or not. Accurately, we are going to get the answer by using potentiometers and bridges here. So for that reason only, the main objective of this chapter is to make you understand different methods for measurement of resistance, inductance, capacitance here. They have not mentioned any bridges and all that. Potentiometer and bridges both will do the same work here. No, the resistance it is going to measure possible, inductance we are going to measure positive, and capacitance here. And also it should be make you people to analyze various measuring bridges. For the resistance, which bridge we are going to use. To measure the inductance, which bridge we are going to use. In that inductance, again, what are the parts are there? Different circuits are there. Who has derived that one? So like that, for the capacitance, which bridge we have to use. Like that, it will make you to analyze the measuring bridges over there. So before starting this chapter, once the chapter is over, after studying all the things, we can easily analyze. It will help you by seeing the circuit diagram. We can say that one. This is the Whitson bridge, Sharing bridge, Kelvin double bridge, like that. So you can analyze that one. And you can apply the operation of various measuring bridges, how this bridge is going to operate, like that. So after studying this one, we are going to get that one. So the main syllabus of this potentiometer and bridges is, first we have to discuss the introduction of potentiometer. After that one, there are two DC potentiometers are there, the AC potentiometers are there. We have two power supplies, means two types of power supply means, so two types of meters are there for AC and DC, based on which they are going to operate. The meters they are going to operate for a DC means, that is DC meters. They are going to operate for the AC means AC meters. So like that, the potentiometers are mainly two DC potentiometer based on the supply. I am telling DC potentiometer and AC potentiometer here. So these two we have to study. After that one, we'll go for the DC bridges, means bridges will go. Again, the bridges are again two types we are going to use here. So this chapter, it has two parts. One is potentiometer. Here. Yes, these potentiometers are, is it visible screen? Yes. Here, na? आवाज आ रहा है क्या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
So by giving the DC supply, that one DC potentiometer we are going to call. By giving the AC, whatever for the AC application we are using, that is called AC potentiometers we are going to call. Like that, the bridges are there. So the bridges are there. You already known that one in the first year you have studied about for the DC circuit. In the DC circuit, anywhere we have used inductance, capacitors, we have used or not? Use किए क्या किधर तो DC circuit में? But single phase AC circuit, in that one R, L, C, all three we have used.
Yes, sir.
So like that here, the AC and DC, it has so much difference is the supply and even the load side also. We have to define that one here. Now like that, here potentiometers are DC potentiometer and AC potentiometers are there. Similar to the potentiometer, again the bridges are classified into two types, that is called DC bridges and AC bridges. We have classified here, mainly DC and AC here. The DC bridges are used for only measurement of resistance, nothing but Kelvin double bridge, Whitson meter, Whitson bridge. These are DC bridges we have discussed already here. And the AC are used for the measurement of inductance and capacitance. We have used this AC bridges are used for the measurement of inductance and capacitance here. So same syllabus we have here, that is the principle of DC potentiometer. How the DC potentiometer it is going to operate, we are going to discuss in the first point. Next, this DC potentiometer principle, who has some practically, they has done the experiment. His name is Crompton. For that reason, we are going to discuss. He has derived one circuit, that is type of name of the potentiometer is Crompton type DC potentiometer. We have used the name of Crompton type DC potentiometer here. So once we have discussed the potentiometer, after discussing that, what are the applications where we are going to use the potentiometer? For what purpose we are going to use the potentiometer? Like that questions. So the applications of DC potentiometers we are going to use. Similarly, for the AC potentiometer functions, principle and its applications we are going to discuss here now. So 3.1 to 3.4, that is completely related to the potentiometer. Potentiometer is very easy part. Hardly it will take 2 to 3 classes to finish that one. Okay, next part of this third unit only. Third unit is also bigger one, I think. Okay, third unit is bridges. The name bridges will come. Here the bridges, once we start means, so the first DC bridges we have to discuss, next AC bridges we have to discuss. In this DC bridge, first one is Wheatstone bridge we have to discuss here. Kelvin double bridge we have to discuss now. And measurement of resistance here. Now Wheatstone bridge is also used for the measurement of resistance only. Kelvin double bridge is also used for the measurement of resistance only here. Three circuit elements are there, R, L, C. R, L, C. To measure the resistance, we are going to use the bridges name, that is called Wheatstone bridge and Kelvin double bridge here. Wheatstone bridge and Kelvin double bridge we are going to use for the measurement of resistance here. Okay, Kelvin KBD, KDB, Kelvin double bridge. Next for the inductance, to measure the inductance, we are going to discuss two bridges he has derived, that is Maxwell bridges and Hayes-Anderson bridge here. Maxwell bridge, Anderson bridge we are going to discuss here now. For the measurement of what? Measurement of what?
Inductance.
Inductance. So AC Maxwell bridges, Maxwell and Anderson bridge we are going to discuss here. Maxwell and Anderson bridge we are going to discuss for the inductance. Similarly, the inductance we have used two bridges. Then for the capacitance also some bridges are there. We have derived. So that capacitance measurement, the de-Sauty and Serine bridges we are going to use for the capacitance measurement here. De-Sauty and Serine bridges we are going to use here. See here, three parts are there: resistance, inductance, capacitance here. The bridges we are going to use the measurement of the resistance, those bridges we have called as DC bridges here. For the measurement of resistance, that bridges, DC bridges we are going to call. So the inductance and capacitance measurement, what are the bridges we are using here now? Those bridges are AC bridges here. So bridges are two types, AC bridges and DC bridges here now. But based on the resistance, inductance, capacitance only, we can say that one. We can remember the thing easily here. The bridge, which bridge it is going to measure the resistance, that is DC bridge. For the inductance and capacitance, that is called AC bridge. For the remembering purpose, I am telling, technically it is not correct, but remembering purpose, you can remember like this here. Is it clear? So this is the syllabus of the third unit here. Two parts, potentiometer and bridges here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll number 21 is signing now. Next, we will go further. Okay. So the introduction of potentiometer, DC potentiometer directly I have taken, but can you tell me what do you mean by potentiometer? Potentiometer. Potential means what? Have you heard?
Voltage.
Voltage. Yes. What is define voltage? Anyone, can you define voltage? Or electromotive force? Voltage is electromotive force, yes. The electromotive force is nothing but the potential difference between any 2 points of a circuit. Yes. Potential difference we are going to call. Yes or no? Potentiometer. So from this potentiometer, potentio means voltage, meter means the measuring instrument. Yes or no? Potentio is a voltage, meter is nothing but instrument here. No, the instrument which is going to measure the voltage, that is called potentiometer, we are going to call that. But the unknown voltage we are going to call here. No, but that unknown voltage as measured voltage, we are going to compare with standard value. Comparing with a known value, we have to compare that one. That is called potentiometer principle, basic principle of potentiometer we are going to call here. A potentiometer is an instrument. It is an instrument which is designed to measure an unknown voltage by comparing with a known voltage here. This device, the potentiometer, is designed for the measurement of unknown voltage, and then we are going to compare that voltage with a known voltage. The unknown voltage is measured and compared with known voltage here. Now, for that process, we have designed one potentiometer here. So the known voltage is nothing but it may be supplied voltage. How much voltage we have supplied? We can, by using a standard cell or battery cell, we can do that one source of supply. That is called known voltage here. So this is the diagram. Known voltage we have added here now. See, one long resistance we have added here now. Here the meter we have fixed here now. So current measurement here now, and here some terminals we have taken here now. From this point to this point, we have to measure the unknown voltage here. We have to measure the unknown voltage. This unknown voltage we have to compare with the known voltage. We have to compare that. That is called potentiometer. We are going to call here. Is it clear? The simple, already I think in the 12th standard you have studied this topic also. Potentiometer. Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the basic potentiometer circuit diagram, and potentiometer is nothing but we are going to use for the measurement of the unknown voltage. Actually, it will give the accurate answer it is going to give here. Next, the basic principle of DC potentiometer here. Now, see here. Here we are going to use one circuit. We are going to use here. They have connected the wire like this. Okay. Don't consider this one. Okay, it is like just a circuit. It is also like a circuit here now. See here, I will draw one supply or source voltage I have given here. The two variable resistance I have used here now. Two terminals I have left as outside here. Two terminals I will left as outside here. This is called E. This variable resistance which is going to fix the current. We can change by increasing this, varying this resistance. We can control the current here. Whatever the current flowing through this one. Yes. Varying the resistance. So that one here. But what I will do, I will consider one यूनिफॉर्म क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया. एक कंडक्टर करता हूं मैं, एक कंडक्टर मींस एक वायर इधर कनेक्ट कर देता हूं इधर. ठीक है. What is the resistance formula of a conductor? Resistance of a conductor. Anyone, can you tell me? Resistance of a conductor.
V upon I.
V upon I. So we don't know the voltage, we don't know the current. Then also we can measure the resistance. How?
R equal to rho into L upon A.
R equal to
Rho into L upon A.
rho into L upon A. See here. R equal to rho L by A, we are going to call here. Laws of resistances, all of you know very well about that one. Laws of resistances. The resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of that conductor and inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area of the conductor, and the property of material or other some conditions, the resistivity we are going to call here. Specific resistance also we are going to call here, which is constant here. Now we are going to consider this one as constant, the specific resistance. So resistance is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area and directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Length of the conductor here. Based on this also we can measure the resistance here. But what I am telling here, the uniform means all the area, all the places, the cross-sectional area of this conductor is same only. All area, uniform cross-sectional area here. So area is constant हो गया अभी. Uniform cross-sectional area use किया तो इधर कितना है, constant cross-sectional area हो गया. But the total length, I will consider this one as L. I will consider this one as L. I will consider here. Okay, that is called total length of the conductor here. Suppose I want to measure total voltage drop across this one here. Now suppose इधर 10 volts दिया मैंने. Okay, 10 volts दिए, total length है इसको कितना है 5 meters है, सो जो total length is 5 meter is there. Total length is 5 meter. For 5 meter, 10 volts I have applied the source voltage. So voltage across this point and this point, how much is that then? Voltage across this point to this point here. How much is there voltage? Anyone? This 10 volt voltage, for which circuit we are applying? How much length we are applying? For all conductor, whole conductor we are applying, na? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So voltage across this 5 meter length of a conductor will be 10 volts or 5 volts?
10 volt.
10 volts only. Very good. 10 volts only. Suppose what I will do, instead of this complete 10 volts means 5 meter, what I will do, I will consider, just a minute, I will take the eraser. Instead of this one, what I will do, I want to calculate the voltage drop across this 2 meter only. Voltage drop across the length of the conductor will be 2 meter only. How much it is now? How will identify? Tell me. How you are going to identify? Voltage across this point only, up to this point only. Very simple question.
10 volt.
10 volt only?
Yes.
Here. How it is 10 volt? I'm not asking full across this complete conductor. I'm asking, I have make one point here now. Only up to from here to here only. The length of the conductor is 2 meters only. See, voltage across this one, I will consider as Vx, I will consider here now. Vx equal to, how much is the total voltage? That is total voltage V I will consider. What is the total length?
5 meter.
L I will consider into this one. The 2 meter I will consider as L1 here into L. What is the total voltage?
10.
10. How many per meter? Total voltage for the 5 meters. So for 2 meters into 2 we are doing here now. Yes. 5 2 jar is nothing but, how much it is nothing but?
4 volt.
4 volt. 4 volt हो गए.
हाँ.
Yes. अभी सोचो आप 5 मेंबर्स एक दिन सपोज मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ आप खेती को 5 लोगों को लगाए आप काम पे. ओके. वो एक दिन क्या करते हैं आप ऐसा पर हेड ऐसा फिक्स नहीं करते. पहला दिन क्या देते उसको 10 रुपए दे देते 10,000 रुपए दे देते. सोचो आप पहला दिन है ना 5 लोग आए थे 10,000 दिए आप पर 5 मेंबर्स. नेक्स्ट डे क्या करते वो लोग वो सिर्फ 2 लोग आ जाएगा उसको कितना देते आप 10,000 दे देंगे अभी?
No.
No. How will calculate then? 10,000 divided by 5 करते.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
10,000 divided by 5 equal to
2000.
2,000. How many members they came?
2 members.
Into 2 equal to 4,000 you are going to use for the second day.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So it indicates that what I am saying here now, the unknown voltage whatever for a particular any point which is directly voltage of this one is directly depends on its length of the conductor. If the length is increased here, the voltage across this point will be increases. Suppose here 2 meter is there. Next what I will do, instead of 2 meter, I will consider here from this point to this point. I will for the 3 meter. How much is there voltage? Here 4 volt we got for the 2 meter. Okay. For the 3 meter, how much you will get?
6.
6 volt. So 6 plus 4,
10.
10 volt. So here for the 2 meter, the voltage was 4, but for the 3 meter, the voltage is 6 here now. So length increase means the voltage is increasing here. 2 to 3 हो गए, इधर 4 to 6 हो गए. If the length of a conductor is increased, then the voltage drop across that particular length will be increases or decreases?
Increases.
Increases. So what we are going to prove here now, V is directly proportional to L. We are going to prove here. V is directly proportional to the L we are proving here now. The voltage of unknown voltage is directly proportional to that length of that conductor, that point we are going to call, which voltage we are going to measure, that is directly proportional to the length of that particular point we have to prove here now. Before that, I will explain this diagram and all the things. Do you remember that one? How we can prove that one? That one also I will tell now only. What is the formula for V voltage?
P equal to I.
एक minute. V equal to IR. Okay. So here we are not changing any resistance here in this place. We are not changing anything. So I will consider as constant here. I will consider before that one. Just a minute. So R equal to what I can write? V equal to I. In the place of R, I will write rho L by A. Rho L by A. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Here we are considering the circuit means the current is fixed only. So current is constant. There is no change in the current. Yes. There is no change in the current. And rho I am using, rho is the property of the material. that is also constant. Yes.
Yes.
So area, cross sectional area, आप इधर देखो, इधर देखो, इधर देखो, किधर भी देखो, that is same. For that reason only I told, considered uniform cross sectional area conductor only, uniformly wounded, uniform here where it is, we have uniform cross section area conductor of that, sorry, area of that conductor is uniform cross section here. Now you consider any point you check here, now same cross section area we are going to get here now. So it is also constant only for all the points anywhere of the conductor. So area is also constant. Yes.
Yes,
But the
sir.
length, what about the length? We are going to measure the voltage at from this point only. So only we have to consider this length only. We cannot consider full 5 meter. We have to calculate voltage drop across this point, means only this much length we have to calculate, consider. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Also this much length we have to consider. This much length we have to consider. So it indicates that we are considering 1 meter of the length. What is the voltage? Means that is directly proportional to the voltage only. That length only. If length is reduced, then voltage will be reduced, obviously. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that one only we have proved here. Now from this one, so I current is constant, rho is constant, cross sectional area is constant. What is the left term here now? L. So V is directly proportional to L, we can write.
Yes, sir.
That one only we are going to prove in the potentiometer here now. So the length of the, sorry, voltage is directly proportional to the same diagram, whatever I have drawn here, that this one voltage source and one resistance here now. And this is the conductor. A to B is there, na? See here. A to B. This is the uniform cross-sectional conductor here now. And this is the supply voltage. We have source voltage and one variable resistance we have used here to set this current here. Now current flowing through that conductor we have to set here now. And the total length of the conductor we have used here now. AB we have used here. AB we have used here now. So like this, just for the understanding purpose, they have taken here now. The circuit diagram is same like this. Okay. Is it clear? This one. See here, if we are going to apply the supply voltage, we are applying here. Now by varying this resistance, we will set the current into 5 ampere. Just imagine that one. Current into 5 ampere, we have set it here now. Okay. But the total length of the conductor is AB is there here. The total length of the conductor is AB. That length we are going to consider as LAB. I will write here now. Total length is LAB. Length of the conductor A to B. We can write that one here. L to A to B here. So voltage drop across VAB, total at terminal AB, VAB equal to okay, VAB equal to current is constant. So this total voltage E only. How much total voltage we have applied for the total length of the conductor? That is nothing but total only we are going to get. Voltage drop across this VAB equal to E only we can write. Yes. Total voltage. But our aim is the voltage drop across this point only. Point C is visible here. Point C is only we have to measure this voltage. Then this voltage VAC is directly proportional to the LAC only. This one LAC we are going to call here. The length of the conductor is LAC. How much length we are going to use? That much length resistance, depending on that length resistance only, voltage will come here. Because R equal to rho L by A, they have told. Yes, R equal to rho L by A, we have considered here now. Yes, rho is constant, A is constant. From this one, R equal to direct, R is directly proportional to L, we can tell. Yes, R is directly proportional to L, we can say.
Yes, sir.
Then V equal to IR, we know the formula. V equal to IR. V equal to IR here now. So for particular this length, how much resistance is there you have to measure here now. The current is either be same current flow रहे, either be same current flow रहे. The length के हिसाब से current तो flow नहीं होते. Same current will flow in all four length. Yes. So only this point we have to consider here now. So the voltage drop across this point is completely depending on this length of this conductor only. How much length we are considering, based on that we are going to call here now. So for that reason, I will read the sentence now here. Just check it. If a wire of uniform cross-sectional area, this is the uniform cross-section area we have. E area is carrying a steady state current. Steady state current means constant current. Understood? Steady state current here. Now only one current here. Now 5 ampere is there, means 5 ampere only it will continually flow in this circuit, complete circuit here. There is no any, is there any parallel other branches? Is there any parallel branches? Series parallel circuits are there? No. Then same current, it is a complete one closed conducting path. In this closed conducting path, only one current is the one branch here now. For so uniform, sorry, a steady state current is flowing here now. Then fall of potential across any portion of the wire. Fall of the potential is nothing but voltage drop across. Suppose if two resistances we have used here now, R1, R2, and this is the total voltage here. Total voltage V here. So R1, R2 we have used here. Then VR1, VR2 ऐसा लिखते हैं हमने. Voltage drop across R1, voltage drop across R2. Yes, series circuit में. So voltage drop across R1 is VR1, voltage drop across R3 is VR2, like that here. No. So the potential, fall of potential across any portion of the wire. Any portion means it may be from this point to here, or from this point to this point, in between these 2 points, like that here. Wire is directly proportional to length of that portion here. Length of that portion here. Voltage drop of any portion, you can consider only in between this point only. In between this point, the voltage drop of this portion is directly proportional to the length here. Now this voltage, this length of conductor only here. That is called potentiometer principle. That is called potentiometer principle. Is it clear? Is it clear? Same thing we have. They have explained here. Now consider a wire of AB of a portion X section here. Now so consider a portion AC equal to L. They have considered. Leave that one. So we know that one. R equal to rho L by formula we have no. R equal to rho L by A. Resistive specific resistance or resistivity we are going to consider. Rho L is the length of the conductor. A is the cross sectional area of the conductor. Okay. So according to Ohm's law, we know the formula of V equal to IR. Yes. We know the formula of V equal to IR. So I will keep as it is. In this place of R, can I substitute rho L by A? In this place of R, I have substituted rho L by A. Understanding or not? समझ में आ रहा है क्या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the place of R, I will substitute rho L by A. So in a series circuit, the current is constant or not? In a series circuit, the current of in any point, it will be same only. So current is constant. The specific resistance, it is a property of material, so it is also constant here now. We are considering in a circuit diagram uniform cross section conductor we are going to consider, so area is also constant here now. But for the different portions we are considering is different length we are going to measure here now. So L, so for that reason I, rho and A are constant here now. So I, rho, A constant means what is the left term here now?
L.
L is the left term. So V is directly proportional to L. We can say that one here now. V is directly proportional to the L. So that one only, the principle we have proved here now. The fall of potential across means voltage drop across any portion of the wire is directly proportional to the length of that portion. Directly proportional to the length of that portion. That was this one we have to prove here now. I have proved here now. Is it proved this one? Prove होगा क्या नहीं? Yes. This is the principle of potentiometer. Principle of potentiometer. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No. So this basic slide wire potential, tomorrow we'll discuss these points. This one meeting is there, urgent, I have to go. Anyhow, only by explaining this diagram, within only 7 minutes time is left. In this 7 minutes, I explained means then again you will forget because tomorrow I don't have the class. So tomorrow is Friday, na?
Yes, sir.
So we'll continue in the next class only. I think when it is freshly, we'll start that. Freshly, we'll start this one. So basic concept is cleared or not? That's it. Main intention was to clear the basic concept of potentiometer. Now it is clear. Potentiometer means क्या बोल के मालूम हो गया ना? Only particular length, कितना length को हमने voltage drop across this point. अभी इतना wires है हमारा. Okay. See this one. I will consider this. This complete wire is there. इतना total voltage नहीं चाहिए हमको. अभी बीच का कितना ही wire, voltage drop across these 2 point only I want. Voltage drop across these 2 point only I want. So that is completely depend on this length of the conductor. That one only we have to prove here. Okay. I'll stop here only. Just a minute, I will note the attendance. Some people.